Alright, it is July the 2nd, and all week long we are going to be focused on celebrating America's birthday. It is the week of the 4th. And yesterday we done some cooking at home, and my grill was tore up, so I didn't get to put the burgers on the grill, but I did do some frying pan stuff, and I did cook them at home, so that counts, right? So today, we have got to do some more home cooking, so I'm going to make up my famous Latchkey chili for you. It goes good on hot dogs, sausage dogs, or just about anything you want to put chili on, like a good old chili cheeseburger or something like that. But I'm on my way to the store to buy all the ingredients I need and to teach you how to properly make it. Stay tuned for all of that coming right up. So I'm back from the store, so I'm going to run you through this real quick. The ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need about a pound to a pound and a half of 100% ground beef of your choice. I'm going with ground chuck. Doesn't really matter as long as it's some type of ground beef. Open that up. Set it to the side. You also want to have about an equal amount of ground chicken. It's very important that you have both cuts of meat in this. Alright, got that opened up and ready. Alright, so those are the two meats we have. Now, I'm just going to put each of those into the pot. And right now the pot is sitting on the stove. It is not cooking yet, and be sure to remove any of the papers that come on the meat if that occurs. Alright, so now for the spices, and we're only gonna need 2 here. Good old chili powder, and you're gonna need a lot of it, so don't be afraid to shake it out of there. If you think you've used too much, use some more. Alright. Second thing we're going to use is some Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going with Heinz Worcestershire sauce. It is 0 calorie, 0 carb. So it says, again, same as the chili. Use as much as you like. When you think you've used too much, use a little more. Right. Same with the ketchup. You want a good, fair amount of ketchup on there. These flavors are going to blend together beautifully. I promise to make an awesome chili. And last but not least, well, not last, I'm sorry, there's one more thing I almost forgot to add. Get the camera here. Wow, brand new mustard. The mustard and the ketchup blend well together with that Worcestershire sauce along with that chili powder, and it makes the most awesome hot dog chili, I promise you. And last but not least, minced onion. I like these minced onions. You can add a bunch of them in there, and they kind of just blend with the chili as it's cooking. Alright. Alright, that's the only flavors you need. The chili powder, the minced onion, the ketchup, mustard, and Worcestershire sauce. That's it. No set amount. Use as much or as little as you like. I like to add a lot for flavor. Then you're going to need a mincing tool, and I've got this one. And you're going to need some water. We're going to pour the water in. And we're going to mince it up. And we don't have the stove on yet, mind you. It's very important not to cut the stove on yet, because once you get to boiling this, the chicken will cook up faster than the beef, I assure you. And then we add a little more. About a solo cup full of water is what you're going to need for this recipe. You want to take and chop this and blend those meats together really well before you add the heat source onto it. Alright, now we're going to add the heat source, and we're going to leave it on high. We're going to get this front burner on high, and we're not going to walk away from it. We're going to continuously stir and chop on it, and while it's heating up until that water starts to boil through that meat. I'm going to continue doing that. Like I said, it's very important not to stop this process. Whatever you do, do not stop the process. Alright, see how that chili and that or the ground beef and the chicken and all of that is coming together. Alright, so right now I'm going to cut off the camera, and once it starts to boil, I'll show you what it looks like. Another technique I have learned is to let it start to boil, and as soon as you see it mix, and you can see where the cooked meat is starting to come through, stir it some more, keep chopping on it, keep stirring it, and then sit and wait. Once it starts bubbling and busting through, once again, continue the stirring process. You want to keep consistently stirring this. I cannot stress that enough. It makes the best chili that way. Other chili cooks will agree. Other chili crooks will agree with me. Best tool ever made right here. Alright, I'm going to continue that process until it starts to boil and the meat is cooked throughout. Alright, now as you can see, this meat is completely cooked down. Look at that. That's looking beautiful already. It is still not quite done. It just basically got done. So about what you want to do now is, since you got this on a high boiling temperature, you want to set this down to about medium heat and let it simmer for about 45 minutes or so. I'd say medium low heat, and continuously come back and stir it a little bit along the way. Boy, that is looking and smelling good right there though, folks. We will let that thicken up, let some of that steam evaporate out of there, and it will be done. It will be done, and if you tried this out, you would be glad you did. You can thank me later. Very simple recipe, very easy to make and recreate for yourself. What can I say? It is good. People who have tried this before tell me it compared to Coney Island chili. I don't know about that. And that they have seen other people use this recipe similar before. The different thing that I do is I add the chicken and the beef together. That is something that recently I just started doing, to save on the price of meat in itself, and it turned out to be a good payoff, because now that I eat hot dogs that I buy from store, you can always tell that there's beef in the chili, but there's a little something else in there too sometimes. And I think that chicken will add that little extra in there along with the beef, and make it more consistent, like some of the mom and pop type restaurants around here that sell hot dogs have a consistency of that type of meat. And I guarantee you they're using two different blends to save on cost, the way I did here. The ground beef, the pound and a half, cost me $7 and some change, and the ground chicken cost me $3 and some change. So wound up with a lot more chili that way at a lower cost. Chicken pretty much takes on the flavor of everything around it, so the beef flavor will cook into the chicken along with all the other flavors that we put in here. So that is the process behind my Latchkey hot dog chili. And it is the second day into the week of the 4th, and we are celebrating all week long. You got to know how to make a good chili in order to follow along with the other things that we're going to be giving a good old tree out to the rest of this week. So, alright, we'll see you when this chili is done. I want you to look real quick. See that simmer? That's what you want. You want that simmer and that steam. In about 45 minutes to an hour, this thing will thicken up and that stuff will be right. Alright, folks, so the chili is done. Look at here. That is the thickness you want right there, folks. Look at that. I mean, she is a thick chili. Now, of course, I'm going to let this boil a little more, but basically it is ready for hot dogs or any application that you might want to use chili for. And of course, we got to give it a good old sample taste test. That's gonna be hot. Perfect. The beef and the chicken is giving your mouth two different meat flavors that it doesn't quite know where it's coming from. They're both good individually, but together they're awesome. They add something different to this chili. And not to mention how those flavors of all those condiments and spices that I used in here work so well together to make it. We're going to call that a success. That is a huge success. That is a great chili. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you think down in the comments, whether you think you might try it, what you think about it. If you plan to try it or whatever the case may be, if you just want to talk about it, down in the comments, let me know. Right now, I'm going to grill some hot dog winders that I am going to do a separate video on, and I needed some chili for that situation and other situations throughout the week. So I figured, hey, I would show you how to make a good chili first. These are great for hot dogs, great for chili cheeseburgers, great for a whole host of other things that I will show you as we go along. But alright, folks, that is all I have for this video. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.